winding down. It's getting darker. You know what that means, JD? You know what that means, Chad?
Night shift, baby.
Night shift time. Hey, Tyler out there. I've got some amazing guests with me tonight here in Chicago, Illinois. It's been one heck of a time, man. It's been nonstop. JD, go ahead and introduce yourself out there to the crowd, bud.
Guys, I'm JD Redmond, the VP of Marketing with TTN Fleet Solutions. Excited to be here. FreightWaves Live Chicago has been nothing but amazing.
I appreciate that. I'm sure everybody else out there appreciates that as well. And to the left of me, go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Chad Boblet, the owner of Boblet Brothers. I'm also known for the creator of the Facebook group called Rate Per Mile Masters.
And a great group it is. Everybody out there pretty familiar with the concept of getting the best rate per mile. Now, do you consider yourselves to be the rate per mile master?
Oh, yes.
Excellent. That's what I love to hear. Solid confidence. So give us a little bit of your background. We'll jump into JD's here in a second, but I just wanted to let everybody know you're a Class A CDL driver rolling around the country, right?
Absolutely. You have a 2019 Freightliner Cascadia,
nice.
full dry van and power only. This time of the year, I'll probably start doing a lot more power only than moving my own dry van. But yeah, that's what I do. I'm a
power
carrier.
only. That's what, I mean, you know, when someone's calling a power only, they're in a spot where they need a reliable guy. So do you tend to just go out and look out on the load boards for your power onlys, or do you kind of have a network of people that say, hey, call Chad, this trailer's got to move?
A little bit of both. I think the key to getting power only loads is posting your truck. I use DAT mostly. Post your truck that you're looking for a power only, because usually when the good money power only loads, you'll get calls in on those loads like after hours. So if you're posted, you know, those would be the people to recover a load. You know, someone's truck breaks down, you're going to be getting those phone calls.
So an internet entrepreneur and a guy in a truck, you sound a lot like myself. I really love that. That's amazing. What do you got going on? You're down in Dallas, Texas. Tell the folks a little bit.
Dallas, Texas, specifically Argyle, Texas, guys. It's been really amazing to see the company grow. TTN Fleet Solutions has been around for 10 years now. Mainly a white label outsourced maintenance solution in the trucking industry, and now we're finally starting to kind of show the world what we are, who we are, where we are, and what we can do. And the beautiful thing about FreightWaves is they're that channel marketer for us to get us out on the platform, and it's a beautiful thing.
Well, man, it's so good to hear. You guys have really come into the fold of FreightWaves.
Yeah.
I mean, really, in the last few months, you really made it. You got a huge presence down there, big 10 by 20 booth.
Yeah.
Did you get a winner out of the call the shot?
We did get a winner. We're going to announce that tomorrow. I wish I could announce it now, but we will announce that tomorrow. Great game, call the shots. We had a little putting green out there, 9 yards. You basically say 1, 2, or 3, whichever hole. You hit it, we give you a nice little golf trophy. The main prize that someone's gonna win is going to be the executive trip that's gonna be sponsored through FreightWaves, but we're gonna pay for some executives to go on that trip next year.
Man, that's pretty awesome. I'm not an executive, but I'm sure I could have just as much fun as an executive on a free trip.
Come by.
Hey, so you didn't drive up here, you flew up here.
Flew up here, yes.
Right on. And so in the winter time, do you have any specific types of freight? If you're hauling the power only, is there something you say, I don't really want to haul that because it's like, do you like a lighter trailer or a heavy trailer in the winter time?
Most of my freight's going to be light. Just it seems like the heavier. I made this ditty up. The more it weighs, the less it pays.
That's it.
True.
That's it, man.
It just they've maxed out the weight of the load. It just you know, doing this for 9 years, running the spot market. The lighter the load is, usually it's going to pay the more.
So tell me a little bit about the concept of starting the Rate Per Mile Masters group, and then being able to gather such an organic following. Because tell me the number of followers right now.
A little over 28,000.
28,000, all organic, totally just. And I see you, man. You are. If someone has a question about like, oh, this broker's giving me a hard time, or I need advice on where to go, you're in there. You're telling them, you interact with these folks. It's not some passive group. I got to give you a lot of credit, and you've been a huge supporter of the night shifts. I thank you so much for that. Before you head out, we got a few more guests. I want to ask you, now that there's rates inside of Sonar, you got a Sonar login, right?
Yes.
So now there's rates inside there, and they're based upon future predictions. You think you're going to start using some rates?
Oh yes, absolutely, for sure, without a doubt.
Well,
I use all those tools.
Excellent, man. So see what rate it is from where you're in Lexington? Okay, so find the rate from Lexington to Chattanooga and come down and come and see us down in Chattanooga.
Absolutely. We'll do
Chad, thanks so much for stopping by. Up next, a close friend of mine, a dude that I've known for just a few months, but a guy that's pretty awesome nonetheless. Blake can come on down.
Come
You're
on
the next
down, man.
contestant on the night shift.
It is
you
the Price is
win
Right.
a seat at the table with me and this dude right here.
Plinko,
dude,
man, that is my game. That is my game.
there's nothing like, you see it fall down, and you get to vicariously live that excitement. Blake, what's been going on, dude? You've been manning the Sonar booth. You were doing the Sonar summits. You were just taking charge, getting the folks educated. What have you taken away from the event?
It's been another incredible event for FreightWaves. I think just the energy is palpable at our event.
Man, so this guy, when did you start? About April, mid-April?
April. So
okay.
My first event was Transparency in May, and I had worked at FreightWaves for 2 weeks.
This guy had been there for 2 weeks, and I actually rode down with you, me and Reed had just started this. Seems like, this started in a closet, man.
Yeah.
This is insane.
Yeah.
The fact that we are sitting right here now in McCormick Place, Chicago, Illinois, couldn't have done it without the support of you and you and you and you and everybody here.
Of course.
So it's a really amazing thing. I'm so glad you finally got to come on. All right, so you've seen inside of Sonar 5.0. We're gonna get to it here in just a second. But actually, let's go ahead. Let me roll over and see what's.
Unveil it.
Oh, okay. Now this was something else. This right here, the 3D abilities to
gorgeous.
map out your lanes. So I picture myself. We got a guy here from Dallas.
That's pretty.
So I picture myself. I'm a carrier in Dallas, and these are the lanes I run. Right. I got a backhaul out of Mississippi. That backhaul don't pay me nothing. So I need contract freight. There's no spot freight in that market. But heading outbound, when I'm heading back out, if I got to go down to Ohio there, possibly head into Atlanta, the strategy starts to come up, right? Where's your strategy move on the concept of you roll into Atlanta, seeing the 3D, seeing the fact that you got blue zones, you got a taller blue zone next to a flat red zone. This is giving you so much perception. You can jump right into it right now. Where do you move out of Atlanta?
The backhaul out of Atlanta?
Yeah, where's the next move out of Atlanta?
Well, typically, I would look at maybe an area where there's a lot of inbound tender rejections.
That's not a bad idea.
The thing is, you have a lot of options. It doesn't have to be black and white, and that's the benefit of the 3D maps is being able to overlay multiple indexes at once and break it down by color and also height. So here here you can see based off of the height. Is this tender rejection?
So we got head haul, and are you familiar with the concepts?
A little bit familiar.
Yeah. So quick rundown. Dark red, better for the brokers. Dark blue, better for the carriers. The taller it is, the more valuable your assets become. So when you have the concept of you land in Atlanta, well, right next door, that tall blue market, it's not Raleigh. What is it? Whatever it is, it's going to be a lot better. I can tell you that.
So for the head haul index, this blue and red, the head haul index is outbound minus inbound loads into a certain market, or outbound. So your blue markets, if you're looking at the head haul index, that's going to be a head haul market. The darker the shade of the color, the more extreme it is on that scale. And same for the red. That's your backhaul markets, your typical Phoenix, Florida, Miami, those types of markets. So this changes on a daily basis. It's 7-day rolling average, and you can look at it into the weekly change, 2-week change, and you can see a 24-hour look into, based off of real tender data, what is actually happening in the market. So it's really cool. This feature is new to 5.0. And our rating tool, I know you mentioned that a little earlier. So.
Hey, and if you're watching right now live, or you're watching after the live show, call this guy, call me. I mean, you can even call JD and he'll call me, we'll get you signed up for Sonar. There's no time to wait now that we've got rates that are based upon future predictions. There's never been a better time to sign up for Sonar. And as always, get in early, learn it while it's rough. When it's good again, you'll be able to roll on. Speaking of rolling on, thanks, brother. We will see you back. Are you going home tonight?
Tomorrow, I get to sleep in a little bit.
Well, I'm going to the airport. That's why I got to pack this show up and get out on the road. But we got one more guy.
Y'all travel safe.
Nice.
We got one more very, very important guy.
What?
My man, come on down.
There he is.
Here he is right here.
the man that's been making everything happen behind the scenes.
This guy right here, I'm ready to get some background on my friend Dave. Dave, go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody out there.
What's up, man? I am David Sulaco. I am an audio engineer based in Chicago, Illinois, man.
Nice.
Some say engineer and some say magician. But either way, the words mean the same. Man, I tell you what, you know, it's an amazing thing because these types of events, you bring together so many different types of people. There's been so much positive energy in here. There's been so many hugs and high fives and handshakes and celebrations. And I got to celebrate the fact that we're a film TV crew from Chattanooga, Tennessee. We come up here and make a brand new friend from you and work together in perfect synchrony.
Thank you.
And you know how that is.
Thank you.
Working with the various
Better together.
Better together. You guys work with so many different providers, and all of y'all form these friendships and these
100%.
things. Now, you have a little bit of a freight background. Before you got into sound, I heard that you were on the other side of the warehouse door, right?
Yeah, so working in the shop, growing up, we would load up shows, and then I'd have to pack the trucks, yo.
Hey, that's
So,
a job.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, I've packed more trucks than I care to admit.
But okay, so let's talk about that though. So you're packing trucks. Are you doing audio as a hobby
just
that
telling
ends
me.
up turning it into, are you know, kind of entrepreneur your way out of the warehouse?
I kind of entrepreneured my way into the warehouse, following sound.
I got 10 minutes.
5 minutes.
Hey,
All
I
right.
could talk for 10 minutes, man.
I could talk for an hour with you guys.
Okay.
7.5.
7.5.
I got
Let's-
8 minutes.
all
I got 8
right,
minutes. I got
so
7.5. 7.5.
I'm gonna, we can't, you teach me about audio, I'm gonna teach you about freight. We're looking at rates right here. This is a Dallas to Mississippi lane, so right outside of Jackson, Mississippi. Now, normally you guys know the fact that rates were based upon historical data.
Okay.
Never before has there been a data science team as powerful as the one at FreightWaves to be able to predict the rates inside of the freight market. And right now on this lane, you can see right here, the low on it's gonna be $1.48 a mile. The medium right there is 163, but here's the good news. In a year out, we are showing that $1.72 is on the line. So with the declining volumes and with the struggles and the stress out there in the market, no matter if you're an audio engineer or if you're running a tow truck or if you're behind a microphone with someone telling you got 5 minutes left, sometimes life gets a bit difficult, but you just keep pushing on. Appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
It's been amazing. Thank you so much to the production team. Thank you to JT for coming out. Thank you to Tim Dooner. Thank you to Arlen Stark. Thank you to all of my friends. I don't know how much time I have left, really. Okay.
I gotta go pack up. It's been real.
Man, take care,
Love you
JD.
guys.
Thank you, dude. Take care. Well, Dave, let's go ahead. I guess we got a few minutes. We can listen to some music. You want to see some sonar? Okay, let's jam on this and let's talk about. Come on, Dooner or Blake or somebody, come up here and come hang out.
Yeah,
because
someone who knows something
you know
about
the
trucking.
thing about it is, man, is in Chicago, in the wintertime, there's really no use in going outside. I mean,
We have breezeways here, which is really, really nice. You don't have to go outside.
you don't have to go outside. Even walking through the breezeway when it was really cold.
You feel a little chill, but it's not,
You feel all right.
yeah.
That's how it is. What's your next gig? Where are you going after this?
Downstairs.
Downstairs. You're actually going to keep working.
I am here till about midnight tonight. As soon as I'm done here, I gotta go engineer and set up another room downstairs.
Dave, I can't thank you enough for keeping these mics running with no feedback, no struggles at all. I hope to
Thank
see
you.
you again some point in life. If you
For
need any
sure.
sound engineer, how do they find you?
You can't actually. I come on recommendation only.
That's the kind of business you want to be in. I love it. I love it. So you got to find a guy that knows a guy to get with this guy. We got a few minutes. Let's talk some sonar. Thanks so much, Dave.
Thanks for having me.
So, a few more minutes. We can talk about the rates. We got the concept of that backhaul. So when you get into Clinton, Mississippi on the way out, coming back Dallas, Texas, $2.04 a mile. So you have to be able to balance out the concept that if I'm getting $1.63 going in, maybe just take that $1.63 because by the time the 204 comes, I'm going to be okay. I'm going to be able to power through it, right?
And in a deflationary market, it's important for carriers to keep their trucks moving, weather the storm. I know Kyle has really touched on that a lot. And I wanted to say a little piece about this rating.
Please.
For carriers specifically, I know that obviously that they can be, from a tech perspective, some of the last ones to adopt new tech. And the thing that I like to say about this rating tool is it's meant to complement your current platform and what you use for rates and your historical data. It's not meant to say you're doing your certain process wrong. It's adding tools to your bag, adding tools to your arsenal to understand market conditions. And the great thing about this, and something that no one has ever done, is taking real-time market trends, things like tender lead time, outbound tender volume, rejections in and out of those markets, taking those things into consideration and helping you forecast what that rate's going to be today and tomorrow, and not relying on historical data and rates that maybe moved off of a load that happened last week.
Yeah, and when you're talking about things that happened last week, it's essentially irrelevant because the weather was different, the road conditions were different. Speaking of last week, I'm talking about next week. Next week we'll see you again, Chattanooga, Tennessee, live from FreightWaves as always. Would love to have Blake England back on. Thanks again to everybody that made this happen. I was completely joking. I love you guys. I hope you know that. Absolutely. I love them. I really do. They make this happen. Everybody that made this happen, thank you so much. I'll see you out in Atlanta next year. Take care.